welcome to Rogue Record Music. I'm your host, Rob Myers, and welcome to What's New to the Rack, a ongoing segment that I enjoy doing of different things that I'm going to be putting into the rack, new acquisitions that I've received, and this is kind of a doozy, and we'll just get into it. And I'm doing this video early in the morning. It is, looking at my computer, it is 8:59, and I'm going to be heading to the post office right after this because it involves some of the stuff that I have. Well, actually not the post office, UPS actually. So like a lot of us do, I love supporting local record stores, and I highly recommend doing that to get your, tapes and CDs and vinyl or whatever form of media that you're going out after. But a lot of us do, for the convenience, like to go through Amazon. So you may be able to figure out where this is going. I placed a couple orders with Amazon, and it's no secret I'm a huge Dream Theater fan, as much as I am a big Kiss fan as well. So this is Dream Theater related. I know I've done a few Dream Theater, spotlights and different things on the channel so far, and I will get to other bands and artists, but I'm trying to go through my Dream Theater vinyl catalog and adjacent Dream Theater band members' projects and kind of complete my vinyl collection for studio albums and those type of things. So had a little extra money and thought, I'm going to pick up a couple records, order through Amazon. I had some credit and gift cards, so I was able to, walk away from the table from Amazon, pretty well. So one that I hadn't had in my collection for Dream Theater, I have all of the studio albums except one, and that is the very first Dream Theater album, When Day and Dream Unite, and that had their original lead singer, the late Charlie Dominici, who passed away last year, I believe. A little quick story for the band. They were trying different singers out, and Charlie was the one that they decided on. They recorded their first album. They did a few little shows, and it just wasn't working out with Charlie, so they let Charlie go, and then they got James Labrie, and then they recorded their massively successful Images and Words. It has the song Pull Me Under and Metropolis and a bunch of the Dream Theater classics. So it was one of those ones like I'm eventually going to get. It's not my favorite album in the Dream Theater catalog, but has some really cool songs on it. I thought, well, I have them all on CD back here, and I need to get it on vinyl, and I need to start, getting it before the availability is gone. So I saw it on Amazon. Was right around the $30 price range that I expected it to be. It was awesome. I got it. I opened up the mailer, and what did I pull out? That's actually kind of my face right there, opening this up and going, what in the hell is this? This is not Dream Theater. If this is, no wonder I didn't ever want to pick this up. Clearly, I got sent the wrong thing. So this has just happened just in this week. I think I ordered it the previous week, and then, 3 or 4 days later. So I think this arrived on I think I ordered this the previous week on like a Friday. This arrives on Monday, and I made a second order on Tuesday because I thought, I saw another one and I wanted to get something else. So this is Love on Digital, Destin Conrad. Yeah, there's Destin Conrad. This is not Dream Theater at all. So I was going through the process of, I want to talk to somebody on the phone. So I usually always call customer service. I looked through the, the automated return process, and I could have done it that way, but I wanted to speak to somebody. I said, hey, I got sent the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. Went through that whole rigmarole with somebody. And they said, well, you can keep this. That is our error. I don't I don't want this just because it's a free vinyl. And somebody could go, well, it could be actually really pretty good. So this was a Monday, I believe. So because I had ordered one the previous week on Saturday, which is what this was, Sunday I ordered my next album, and the two of the members from Dream Theater had this project called Liquid Tension Experiment, around in 99, 98, and they, Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater and John Petrucci from Dream Theater, drums and guitars respectively, partnered with two other people to do an instrumental progressive album. And they invited Jordan Rudess, who would later join Dream Theater, and the great Tony Levin. And I had their second album on vinyl. And again, I have all of them on CD. So I thought, well, this would be kind of cool to try and pick up the first album and the third album. And the third album was only available through the record company that put it out. So I ended up putting that order out as well. So it arrived this week. But getting the first Liquid Tension Experiment album is so cool. I played that CD so much. And that'll be something interesting to talk about on this channel, is talk about instrumental music. And, it's one thing to talk about the lyrics in a song. And when it's all instrumental, now it's just all on feel. And with some of the YouTube, copyright issues, it's going to be hard to play some of this stuff. So I've got a way around that. We'll talk about that later. But I really wanted it on vinyl. So I put that order the next day. Like I ordered one on Saturday, the Dream Theater album. The Liquid Tension Experiment album I ordered on Sunday. I thought, I'm going to have two records showing up, next week. Open the box up, and I'm so excited to get the album. And I think I'm this. Dangerous Toys, which is a band that I mildly like. I think I have one CD back there for Dangerous Toys. And this is on a limited edition green vinyl, which looks kind of cool. But now I'm... what in the world is going on in Amazon? And as we're coming up to the holiday season, and let's be honest, a lot of us out here, we're ordering from Amazon for a lot, if not all of our Christmas stuff. I like to go out to the stores and buy stuff, but the convenience of going online, I get it. But this is really making me think. So what did I do? I called back. Now this is 2 days back to back, a Monday and a Tuesday, that I have gotten wrong product. So call Amazon. I tell them, the store for the first time, go just look back at the notes in your file and look at my previous order. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, this time, because of the agreement they have with the record label or wherever, now I have to send this one back. Now, truth be told, they don't know which one is which. So I could say, well, I'm going to keep this one and send this one back. I really don't want this one either. It's not a band that I love, I like, or like I'm willing to check it out. But the fact that I even said on the phone, like, until I tell you what this is, you don't even know what you incorrectly sent me. So I could give you the record that you sent me wrong on Monday, and you would have no idea which one is which. But I said, I'm not going to operate like that. And me personally, working in a warehouse myself, I know how the warehouse system works. When you go to Bay 120, 129, and you're supposed to pick up a screwdriver, and there's a weed whacker in the bay, I'm not going like, well, this is what's here. I'm going to put it. Like, I would call a supervisor and say, hey, this Dangerous Toys album is in where the Liquid Tension Experiment album should be. Somebody clearly put this away wrong, or we have moved this thing, and we need to find that correct thing. Nope. The individual just put this in the box and sent it out on their way. So through a very lengthy phone call and a kind of frustrated customer, kept my cool, but was direct, they recredited the price of the Liquid Tension Experiment album to my account and sent me a replacement. So I essentially got the Liquid Tension Experiment first album free, and we're currently in the process of sending me the Dream Theater album When Dream and Day Unite. So by Friday, I received this. That looks better. Dream Theater, When Day and Dream Unite. The first Dream Theater album with Charlie Dominici, the late, great Charlie Dominici on lead vocals. So this is from Music on Vinyl. This is 180 gram audiophile vinyl pressing. So I'm really excited to... I've heard this album before, but I want to be able to hear it on vinyl. So this arrived on Thursday. So you're talking, they expedited their shipping to get this here. And then Friday, Liquid Tension Experiment 1 arrived. So this is on a double splatter vinyl. So there's the band there on the back. So happy to have this. Now, in the meantime, I talked about Liquid Tension Experiment 3. This arrived on Wednesday, and this is from Century Music, or Century Media, rather. So this came out during the pandemic, and I had the art book, which I think I can get to. So here is the art book for this album, and it comes with a 2 CD set and a Blu-ray DVD of, 5.1 stereo surround sound and a making of for the album. So it's got all kinds of cool pictures, and there's John Petrucci there. So I, obviously already had it and heard it, but again, going through my vinyl collection, so to be able to have the first and third album finally on vinyl, which I do have the second one. It's just out of my reach over there. So going through all of that to get essentially these 3 albums here, if I can get them all in line, was kind of a pain and kind of a chore. Not so much with Liquid Tension Experiment 3, but it's always frustrating when you're ordering something. We're all human. We all make mistakes, but when you're starting to come down, especially when it's 2 days back to back that you're ordering things, and this could be from 2 completely different Amazon sorting centers. And I believe they were, if I looked at the tracking from where they were being shipped. It's not like this is the same Amazon that screwed up the first time. This is 2 different Amazons in 2 different states messing the order up. So it was really refreshing getting the Liquid Tension Experiment 3 from Century Media going, at least this one's right for the week. So, good on Amazon for making it right. And because of them recrediting my account for the full price, and they said, we'll not only credit the full price of what the album shows online, but we will credit you the tax that you paid on top of it. So that way, if you choose to buy something else, you've essentially got your tax. If you buy another record or a shirt or whatever, the tax is already kind of built into what we've refunded you. So that was good. But like I said, getting to the point where it's November 15th right now, and I'm literally starting to order Christmas presents for my wife, friends, and family through Amazon. And I'm going, could you imagine if more than half of the orders that I put through Amazon come wrong? I order shoes and I get socks. I order socks and I get a weed whacker, or whatever. It's really frustrating spending time, effort, and money on something that is supposed to bring you some joy or somebody else some joy, and it's causing nothing but headaches is really frustrating. So I actually got a manager on the phone the second time, and he was really cool. I think they also credited my Amazon Prime account a month free, or actually 2 months extended 2 months on it for each thing that happened, and said we're going to go also and refund your money and send you the replacement. But I still have to send the Dangerous Toys album back. And it's to send the original box that I have here and then the cardboard mailer. Yes, I could keep this one. And truth be told, I could keep this one and send this one back because, again, they really don't know. Although I did say you sent me Dangerous Toys pissed, and I kind of feel the way this title says. So I'm actually going to send both of them back. I have a piece of paper that I'm putting on these, or on the cardboard mailers, that says this was sent incorrectly, should have been this, my order number for both of these. And I want to get this filmed really quick because I'm going to head out and go to UPS, which that's one of those things. I got to get in the car. I got to go drive 15 to 20 minutes in town. I got to go to UPS and do a lot of work in that. They said they could try and send a UPS, but somebody would have to be here at the house. And I don't know about you, I just can't randomly figure out when UPS is coming and tell my supervisor at work, well, hey, I've got to be at home so I can hand missed orders while I'm trying to be at work getting orders for my customers. So it is what it is. Going to go have some breakfast. We'll do that. And the other part is when I get back, this video will continue and I want to open up the vinyl and take a look at them and see some of the cool colored pressings. And if I play my cards right, the money I got credited back, I did buy another Dream Theater album that I'll get into that. So that'll be interesting. I might work out that I might actually get to open that on camera. I think I'll just wait because it's supposed to be here today, that we may get a live reaction. Like, am I going to get the right album? Because so far with Amazon, I mean, technically I did this week, Thursday and Friday, but Monday and Tuesday, not so much. So we're going to pause here for a little bit. I'm going to go. I'll come back and we'll see what the next package is, and we'll get inside and take a look at some of this vinyl. And again, I know it's very Dream Theater heavy at the moment, but hey, it is what it is because that's what I've bought recently. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, it is now a little bit later in the day. It's now 11, almost 11:40. I've gone to town, or changed clothes, gone to town. Wife is actually in the driveway. She just got home. So I'm going to open this really quick to kind of capture the moment of the unboxing of an album that's been out for a while. But just in case something goes sideways, I thought it might be kind of funny to see how good or how bad this is and how difficult it is for Rob to open a box. So I've obviously been on a big Dream Theater kick going through. Now that I've finally got all the studio albums, I have been going back and picking up some of their ancillary releases. Some they have a record series that they rebranded called Lost Not Forgotten, so reissuing like the demos of all of their albums, and then various live concerts, not their official live albums that they've put out, but some satellite shows or soundboard shows that are basically for, like, if you're a diehard fan, then maybe some of these outtakes or alternate mixes or instrumental versions of albums will be pretty cool. So let's see. It says Vinyl Lost Not Forgotten, ARCH. So I wonder. So at least they've got that right on there. And it appears that it is correct. Okay. Yes, very, very good. So this is Dream Theater, Falling into Infinity, the demos, 1996 to 1997. So there's all the track listings right there. So these are, like it says, the demos or songs that didn't make the album. There's at least 4 or 5 that didn't make the album. Some of those songs are really good. I was really surprised that they weren't on here. And the other thing about this is 180 gram blue gatefold 3 LP, includes the album on 2 CDs. So in this as well, not only are the 3 LPs, but like it says, there are 2 CDs worth of material. The same thing, the album on CD as it is on vinyl. And I've been getting some of these versions that come with the CD. Now, I don't get the jewel case. I don't get any of the artwork. So I find a high-res scan of the album, and then I use photo paper, print that, and I put it on like a slimline CD, which I don't think I have one. Yes, so one like this. I will put the artwork in and then put it in the shelf back there. And I'll show you some of the other ones that I've done with various versions of the Lost Not Forgotten. Some I had bought the CD for, and others I was like, once I saw on Amazon or other websites that come with the CD as well. And I believe the Liquid Tension Experiment that I've put up here, LTE3, this guy also comes with the CD. Yeah. 2 LP gatefold, includes album on CD. So this also has the CD with it as well. So I'm going to pause this again really quick. Like I said, the wife is home, so she's probably going to be coming in the door any minute as I'm starting to go through this. So I will either finish this the rest of today, but for you, it's going to be like literally in 20 seconds, or you'll see me change in another outfit, and it's later the next day. So we'll be back. We'll open all these up and kind of look through them, and we'll really see what's new to the rack. So yay, Amazon, you came through and you got one right. So we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I think I've done enough wardrobe changes. It's still the same day here, Saturday, and it's now 2:07. So I've got to squeeze this portion in before we leave for our dinner date this evening. So much is going on today, but we're going to take a look at the albums themselves really quick for the segment New to the Rack, the second one I've done on this channel. And the first one up, we'll look at When Dream and Day Unite. So here is the original CD that I got shortly after becoming a Dream Theater fan on Mechanics Records. And then I'm not sure when this version was put out. I'm trying to find out. 2002, this CD version. And this is 2,317 of 10,000 limited edition. And kind of a hard digipack. A cardboard sleeve is really kind of cool. And then you could see the like picture disc here and the story of When Dream and Day Unite. Like I had said, I was wanting to pull it out of here. Actually get all of the studio albums on vinyl. So at the beginning of the video, looking at the album that they originally sent me. So this is in, like I said, here's the hype sticker. Normally I peel the hype sticker off and put it on new bags and boards here. Bags and boards like comics, but putting new sleeves on them. But this comes in a resealable sleeve, so I don't know if I'm going to re-sleeve this because it actually comes in a really nice sleeve to begin with. And there are 2 barcodes here, I think, for the store that had sent this, or they had, made the sleeve. Anyway, so we'll take this out of the sleeve that they put it in. Really nice. Mechanic Records, Universal, 1989 is when this was released. I'm trying to look here on the back to see if this has a reissue date on it. 2018 was the reissue for this. So it comes with the lyric sheet and band photos. And then the MCA, move this out of the way here, does come in like a polylined, everything is sliding on my desk here, a polylined sleeve, but I'm going to replace this. And here's the MCA Universal label, 180 gram vinyl. So I'm going to at least put a new inner sleeve with this record, but for right now, I'm going to just put it back in this original, get everything all stacked up, and then off camera, I'll reseal. I won't take the time to do that here. So let me set this one down and move on to the next one. So we'll stay with Dream Theater. This is the one I just got a little bit ago that you saw me do the unboxing of. This is the Falling into Infinity Demos, 1996 to 1997. So what this is a re-release from the original Dream Theater official bootlegs. And you can see I have a Master of Puppets one. So a little story on this one. You're like, Master of Puppets? Yes, this is the Metallica Master of Puppets album done by Dream Theater live. So after Mike Portnoy had left and during the pandemic, when they've had Mike Mangini for a while, they decided to reissue their bootleg series and rebrand it to Lost Not Forgotten, which was a song off of The Dramatic Turn of Events. So they went back through and they made kaleidoscope versions of all of the pre-existing artwork that they had, and then every release since then. So what this actually is a kaleidoscope version of the actual album cover. So what you're seeing is this little swirl in here, the infinity symbol, and the lenses from the two guys sitting on these chairs is what you are seeing reproduced of the glares right in here. So all of that intersection is the inner workings of this. And you can see the blue from the sky. Looks like I got it backwards here. Blue on the sky is what makes this up. And they've done that for all of the releases. So this is one of the albums that I got. This is Distance Over Time Demos 2018. So this CD came in with the vinyl version of this album, and it didn't come with, the nice CD booklet. It was just the CD. So like I said, I found a slimline jewel case and some photograph paper, found an image of the album, and then just made it into CD form so I could have a hard plastic case to go with my CDs rather than leaving it inside of the vinyl. So I'm going to preserve the sticker and carefully peel this off and put it on the new sleeve. I won't do that here, but I am going to open it, and I may cut this or speed this up for time. And a lot of us record collectors like to keep the hype sticker, so some people cut out around it. These are pretty easy to peel off, and I'll just replace it in the new sleeve. So here we go. So this should be a triple. So there's the inside. And the CD should be inside one of the two pockets along with the record. So this should be a colored vinyl on a blue. And this is not a polylined sleeve at all. It's just a chintzy paper. And here is the vinyl. A nice blue to match the artwork color scheme for Falling into Infinity. Very cool. So one side you get the track listing, and the other side you get the Lost Not Forgotten Dream Theater logo. So I'm not going to re-sleeve it in the paper. So there should be 2 more records in this second pocket, and I hear the CD. So here is the CD. Just comes in a little sleeve. Like I said, I'll take this out, find a high-res version of the album cover, and then make a case to put it in with my other CDs over there. Would have been cool if there was a pocket or something to put the CD in there. And I'm actually hearing something else slide around in here. What is that? Oh, it's 2 CDs. Duh. 2 CDs. There we go. And even the 2 discs look just a little different, which is a nice little touch. And then both records are exactly the same color. We'll just pull one more out. Know that there's 3, so this should be blue. Yep. Same label setup. You know, as much as vinyl resurgence has hit in the last 5 years now, you would think going that little extra step and having a polyline sleeve would be great. So I wasn't going to show all 3 records with being the same color, but I'm trying not to manhandle them. But there you are. So that is the demo for Falling into Infinity. Like I was saying earlier, when I go to review this, rather than get the hit on my YouTube channel, I will probably just put a link out there from somebody else's YouTube channel, or we all have Spotify or have, you know, iTunes or Amazon Music to say, hey, here are the links for the albums. Listen to them ahead of time, and then we'll discuss. That's how I'll handle doing it, so I'm not trying to put in music and then I get flagged for copyright infringement. I'm not even going to deal with that. All right, now we'll go on and we'll look at the Liquid Tension Experiment albums that I got from this week's Amazon mix-up haul. So up first is Liquid Tension Experiment 1. This originally came out in 1998, and the reissue for this is 2022, and they came out with a special, you know, double splatter vinyl, which is pretty cool. So this is before Jordan Rudess had joined the band, and they realized after the chemistry, and it's kind of ironic because the Falling into Infinity album demo and the Falling into Infinity album would be the last album to feature Derek Sheridan on keyboards, and Jordan Rudess was the one that they always had originally wanted, and he was busy at the time, so they decided to settle for Derek Sheridan for a couple years until Jordan was available. And after having done this, Mike and John had said the chemistry was undeniable, and they sadly let Derek go and brought Jordan into the band. So this should be a double gatefold. This, I believe, does not come with a CD. No, it is just the album. So here's the gatefold. Jordan with hair, wearing the Quicksilver shirt there. He is now bald like yours truly, so lost his hair very rapidly over the course of a 5-year period. And then this does come in a nice black poly-lined sleeve bag, which I will probably keep this bag. Oh, that's really sharp. That is very, very cool. So hopefully the camera's probably washing this out. It is actually a dark purple. There you can kind of see it there. In the light, depending how, to me it's a light purple that almost looks blue there, but it is definitely a purple color with the black splatter. That is sharp. And it really fits with the scheme of the album cover that looks like a lava lamp. That's awesome. And just for argument's sake, we will pull out the second LP just to see if that splatter is any different. Oh, there's more black in this one. That's really cool. It has each of the band members on all four sides. I didn't realize the first one. Jordan is on the side facing me, and Tony is on the side facing you just a little bit ago, which would mean Mike and John were on disc number 1. That is a fantastic release. Liquid Tension Experiment, the first album. So I did pull it out.
That's what she said!
Here is Liquid Tension Experiment 2 that came out in 99, and it's swirl variant. So I've already had this one. You can see how I sleeve them. We've got the albums behind the sleeve you can pull out, so that way I'm not pulling them in and out of the jacket, creating extra wear in the jacket and extra friction, and it's easier to access. And if I want the album out jacket to look at stuff, I can, but that's that. So I got the first and second, and then this one came from Century Music, Liquid Tension Experiment 3, and this one is the original pressing. This came out in 2022 during the pandemic. 2021 during the pandemic. Very cool. So we'll get this Bad Larry opened up. And ironically, with Liquid Tension Experiment, the members of Dream Theater in the first 2 albums were just John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy. And like I said, after the success and the writing chemistry of that album, they invited Jordan Rudess to join the band. Well, since Black Clouds and Silver Linings, Mike Portnoy had left Dream Theater and had been gone for almost 15 years, about 13 years that he was out of the band. So during the pandemic, they got together and decided, let's record Liquid Tension Experiment. So now Jordan and John are the 2 members of Dream Theater, with Tony Levin and Mike Portnoy not being, Levin was never a member of the band, but Mike Portnoy was not a member of Dream Theater when this album was written. Dream Theater would go on to record A View from the Top of the World with Mike Mangini, which would be his last album with the band, and they would invite Mike Portnoy back to the band. So coming out of John Petrucci's solo album that was done first, then this, the seeds of Liquid Tension Experiment were like, the writing chemistry is really good. We need to get this version of the band back together. And Century Media, for whatever reason, when they ship their records, they do not put the records in the sleeves themselves. They leave them loose in the middle of the gatefold. So here are both vinyls. So if you order from Century Media, be very careful because the vinyls will slip out. They don't have them seated inside of here. So inside of this, we get the lyric sheet, well, the picture, and lyric sheet. Well, I shouldn't say lyric sheet, credits, because there's no lyrics. This is instrumental. On the other side, I hear a CD sloshing around. And this one, so strange. Oh, I was going to say it's not in a sleeve at all. It is. It's in a little clear sleeve. So I'm definitely going to be putting this, obviously, in a hard shell case. And let's take a look. This should be lilac in color, which is probably a purplish color, and it's kind of fitting. See, it looks blue on the camera there. There you can kind of see it's purple, so depending on how the light is hitting it, this is definitely purple. Very cool. So these polylined sleeves are just like the last Liquid Tension Experiment album. And I'll probably just put them in a clear polyline sleeve like you saw for LTE3 so you can see the color of this when I have it displayed. And there we go. So that is my Amazon / Century Media haul and all of the crazy chaos that went around in ordering those albums from Amazon. Hopefully that was a 2-time fluke. and nothing happens during the Christmas and holiday season. And I'm sure you guys out there have had similar experiences with Amazon or somebody else and just the rigmarole. So let me know what you think of the haul down below. What are your crazy Amazon stories, and what is currently new to your rack? So that's going to do it for this video. We'll come back and I will do an honest to God review for one of these albums in my collection that I haven't done yet since restarting this channel. But I want to do more album reviews and just talk more music, because that's what all this is about for me, just the love and the joy of music. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's in my collection, I want to spend some time talking to you guys about it. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.